What's going on? Run VPR here with another video. It's going to be a quick one. Just want to give a short update on pre-KVK rankings, the power gained, and allies. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Pre-KVK, we are individually on this account sitting at rank 140. However, on the alt account, I trained a little bit more and we are sitting at rank 38 with about 10 million points. As for Kingdom, we're sitting comfortably in first place. We started the Marauder stage with a lead of about 70 million, and we have since grown that lead to about 105 million, a little bit more actually. So we're definitely doing good. The forts have slowed down a little bit, but we're still getting a decent amount out there. Activity is doing pretty well for us. I think the highest I saw was like 29 or 30 forts at once. So pretty awesome to see that activity from us. It's very promising for this KVK coming up. We can talk about my individual account for a second. I started at around 63 million, 63.5 million power. We have since pushed during pre-KVK and we were at 66 million, so 2.5 million power gained here. And on the alt account, around 4.3 million power. I think I decided that after this KVK, I'm probably going to let this account go dormant. It's kind of a lot of weight to just be used as an alt account and fight for one zone. So I went ahead and went a little bit extra hard on training. I'm going to go ahead and kill all of them. There's about 3 million troops on this account. I'm going to go ahead and kill every single one of those troops if I can, and then just let this account sit dormant. And, hopefully disappear off the map, because it's not really feasible to have two accounts at pretty much the same power, but only one of them is doing, the kind of fighting that I want to be doing. That's the plan there. Our kingdom, or our alliance, I should say, we're a little bit lower than I saw us earlier, but we started, I think it was stage 1, or even before stage 1, we were sitting at about 8.7 billion. We have had a lot of people train a lot. So our alliance actually gained roughly 500 million power, which is kind of nuts, to be honest with you. I haven't seen many A-seed kingdoms push us so many points in a pre-KVK, so I am very excited, even more so now, how we're going to be able to perform this KVK. This is very promising. That's that for the pre-KVK. It's pretty cut and dry, nothing too crazy, but let's go ahead and take a look at the camps and the allies and what matchmaking brought to us. Alright, so here is the KVK map for Siege of Orleans that we're about to go into. We are sitting in Brittany in the top left. Our camp is sitting at 37.9 billion power and 386 billion kill points. We are arguably one of the weakest camps in this KVK. Sitting to the right of us as an enemy is Picardy. They are home to Kingdom 1061, which is a pretty strong kingdom that I've heard a little bit about. They could potentially be one of the weaker camps just because of their camp mates. It looks to be like there's some inflated power there in 1273 and maybe even 2009. Just kind of high power. I think the highest power in this KVK with some pretty low kill points. So that'll be interesting to see how they're able to perform. I do know 1061 is really tough to go against, just based off some people that I've talked to. Over in Bourbon Camp, they are our allies. They're sitting at 37.6 billion power and 609.9 billion kill points. I believe I've seen 3059 fight in a previous KVK. And yeah, they were legit. They were pretty serious, and I'm sure the others are as well. Now moving on down to Yellow, they are sitting at 34.8 billion power and 401.2 billion kill points. Moving on to La Marche, they are our allies as well. They're pretty strong. They're sitting at 45.2 billion power and 531 billion kill points. Then lastly, you have the Red Camp sitting at 36.3 billion power and 545 billion kill points. So the ally layout here is pretty interesting. It's pretty much alternating like stripes, allies, and opponents. So this is definitely interesting because every single camp is at risk of being zone 4 locked. So, that opens us up to a ton of possibilities for this KVK. Nothing is certain. We don't know what the enemies are going to do. Maybe the enemies will try and lock Brittany, maybe they'll try and lock Bourbon, maybe they'll try and lock La Marche, and likewise, they don't know what we're planning, and I am not going to reveal that in this video. But yeah, I mean, every camp is at risk of being trapped. And once zone 6 opens, it's going to be interesting. Right side looks like it could potentially be a 2v1 against yellow, and left side could potentially be a 2v1 against us, or it could be a 2v2 on left side and a 1v1 on the right side, or a 2v1. It can really go a ton of ways. It's really interesting how things are laid out. So I can go ahead and throw the totals up on screen of the allies power and kill points combined and the enemies power and kill points combined. It's actually a really even KVK, all things considered. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Anyways, it's a pretty short video here, not a ton to go over. Just wanted to kind of show where we're sitting in pre-KVK and quickly talk about our allies. Yeah, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated as we go. That's pretty much it though. It's a short one. Yeah, keep running and peace.